Hey guys, how's it going? Kripp here. Today I want to show you one of my most successful budget decks. Now I started doing this recently where I was just kind of curious what I can come up with using mostly, well, in this case, only common cards and only base cards and no cards from adventures, just to kind of replicate what the new player experience could be like if I guess had all the knowledge that I did today. Now, this is what I came up with. I came up with a few other decks, but this was easily the most successful one. And the reason I want to highlight it, the reason I want to make this video at all, is because it's such an interesting, huge shift. So, I talked about the fact that warrior decks were the absolute most difficult ones to pull off when it comes to kind of like the budget and not having too many cards, and basically most of the situations that most Hearthstone players are in, where, you have to be very resourceful with the amount of gold and dust that you have. And it was basically impossible to play Warrior and succeed in the past doing so, but a lot has changed. The main thing that's changed is, Deathbite is no longer necessary in every single Warrior deck ever, and because of that, you don't need like a wing 4 or 5 card from an adventure. So that helps the budget aspect a lot. Now, a lot of us thought that without Deathbite, Warriors would just kind of die off, but Warriors are actually one of the most popular classes on ladder. Warriors are very good because either if you play the tempo variety or if you play the control variety, both versions are particularly good at shutting down aggro decks and shutting down other zoo decks. So that's kind of like the goal of this deck. It doesn't have too many of the fancy cards, it doesn't have too many of the fancy combos, it doesn't have really much burst, it compensates that by having a ton of draw, and it basically just mostly preys on those aggressive decks. It just destroyed like most of the Shamans that I played, and a good bit of the other decks as well. And what's really cool about it is the shift from what the other people are playing kind of makes this deck what it is. Now, going through the list, a lot of the cards are just meant to deal with early game threats. The double acidic Swampoos is really important because having two and having so much draw guarantees that whenever your opponent draws Doomhammer or any other very critical weapon, instead of them winning, you win. Because when your Doomhammer gets oozed, you lose. So that's pretty interesting. Also, some of the other cards, particularly in the late game, at least for this deck, have a very interesting aspect. So cards like Bloodhoof Brave, cards like Gurubashi Berserker, that's a pretty interesting one. They act as very scary looking cards. They're not always great. If you play Gurubashi Berserker and you don't have a way to activate it, it actually is kind of crappy. But your opponent doesn't know that. So it's these cards that whenever your opponents see them, they act as immediate removal threats. And the fun part of these cards is that they have so much health, your opponent will almost always overcommit to removing them, thus allowing you to continue your win condition through your other minions. So Gurubashi is not like, maybe I'll enrage you, maybe it does that. No, it's you play Gurubashi, your opponent is really scared of Gurubashi because why would you have Gurubashi in your deck if you didn't have a million activators? So your opponent is compelled to do 7 damage to it. And if they do 7 damage to it, well, they're usually doing that in a very inefficient way and thus lose the game from the state that they were probably already kind of marginally losing because you're playing what I would consider a zoo warrior. So it's a really interesting kind of dynamic, and I do encourage you guys to try out these kind of concepts, as it seems like warrior has been one of the most flexible classes post Whispers of the Old Gods. And, if you look at this list, there really aren't too many new cards. It's been as a consequence of what other people are playing, and that people have kind of expanded their mind as to what Warrior can do. So I can add a little bit to that. I want to give you guys the budget Zoo Warrior for you guys to try out and kind of see how my adventures with the deck went. So check that out. You should be inspired. You should try to come up with some of these decks your own, because decks these days, they don't have to just be good on their own. They can just be very good against what other people are playing. And right now, with like 15% of players playing control decks, you don't have to really worry about that anymore. It's an interesting game out there. Check it out, explore, enjoy the clips, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Well, all the deck is early game, so I just want the better early game. I want basically Fiery War X. That really sucks.
The light protects me.
Let the pain speak to me.
Good. He doesn't suspect anything.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
Don't worry, loves. The cavalry's here. Let the pain speak to me.
This is cool. Lots of card draw.
It's getting hot in here.
Okay. There it is.
For the Lord Chief! For Hellscream! No problem.
This is like Zoo Warrior, basically. Miracle Warrior. Not much for miracles. Aw, come on.
Just incredible.
Mind if I roll
Let's put a taunt up.
No problem.
It's really cool. Love this deck. Love it. Yes. Get wrecked, Shamans. Is this lethal? 4, 4, 10. Yes, that's lethal.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
How about that? We annihilated one of the most popular decks on ladder. It's pretty good him. I imagine we have a bit of a problem against the priest who keeps clearing our board.
Welcome to the exhibit.
Damn exhibits.
Let the pain speak to me. For the Lord Chief! For Hellscream!
Yeah, pain on the Acolyte kind of hurts, but we do have Battle Rage and stuff, so we should be fine on draw. Shaman with budget decks. Yeah, I think that might be pretty boring. Budget decks are kind of one-dimensional.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
Yeah, we still get wrecked by the Akanai combo, but we don't get wrecked by Excavated Evil this way.
Try this!
Damn, top decked it.
Is someone injured?
Let's hope we don't get Caballed. Cabal would be bad.
Let me change your mind.
What? Dude, you're not even trying! Come on! I don't know, dude. I don't know anything. Sure. I'm just gonna burn a Battle Rage. I should have done that first. He likes small, I guess.
I have no time for games.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
I knew I would be never lucky. I knew it.
Mind if I roll knee? Welcome to the Grand Tournament, champion.
Fine. Let's hope I don't get Caballed again. Yeah, I was hoping to draw the Fiery War Axe, but against that board I can't really stay alive very long. I think I have to slow play a little bit, because he does have 2 Excavated Evils still.
Welcome to the exhibit. Geralt, you are not fit to rule the Horde.
Yeah, that's a problem. Basically cross my fingers for no board clears and hope I win. I mean, he's drawn like no cards, so okay, is that 1? It's fine. And Tomb Garbage go to 1. Wait, he didn't attack? Told you guys, just pros at rank 12. Just pros. Pros only. Against the real warrior deck.
Bring it on.
I don't know about this. Yeah, I'll keep the Acolyte. It's a few too many Acolytes. This hand is pretty terrible. This warrior deck is mostly like anti-zoo and anti-aggro. I don't think we can beat decent control decks with this. Well, that might not be a control deck.
Let the pain speak to me.
Okay, it's a control deck.
Let the pain speak to me.
Who cares if you mill me? All that to mill me for 1?
My hand is full.
Sure. Whatever.
For the war chief! Rutaroga! For Hellspree! Job's done.
Play Gorhel. Yes! Got him! Get that double ooze in there. Pay to win weapons. I go with the free ones.
Welcome to the Grand Tournament, champion.
Bro, not cool. Okay. Don't really want to play into Brawl more than I have to. No, I don't think we had lethal. Top deck Brawl.
Back to work!
I might get him to burn and execute on that. He's burned a lot of 1 damage effects already. Top deck, cool. Ah, oh, come on! Come on, bro. Go easier on me here.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
Okay, don't you top deck that second brawl. Don't you fucking do it.
I can wait no longer.
Pretty sure that was not a good play.
Back to work!
We must cleanse the Sunwell. Push forward.
Okay, no brawl, no brawl, no brawl. I can't believe we might actually win. Top deck Yogg Saron. Nice. Oh, no more armor up. Ooh, healing. Thank you. Okay, get a card. Wow. Sick Yogg, bro.
Push forward.
This deck's 100% win rate. It's 3-0, right? We just beat a control warrior with fucking Disneyland warrior, okay? There's Mickey Mouse all over this shit. Just play a bunch of garbage and draw your whole deck before you, like, barely kill your opponent.